Hey everybody, welcome back to my challenging channel. Today is September the 13th, 2023. It is about 10 in the morning. I've already completed my 5K for the day. That is 3.107 miles. I actually went 3.2 miles today, and it was a little bit challenging. It's been a little bit challenging for me recently because I switched from a full period of time doing plant-based to a varied meal plan, which included a good amount of processed foods. And let me just tell you a little bit of insight. There is no good amount of processed foods. However, I can't say that it didn't taste good. The things that we enjoy are things that we pretty much need to pay the price for. And in this particular point in my journey, I'm just doing what I'm able to do and trying to put in the extra mile here and there in a way that will be sustainable. It's not sustainable for me to continue to attempt to have conversations with people and have them tell me that I'm being hostile or that I'm presenting a mentally imbalanced stream of thought. It's not productive. And so for that reason, as I mentioned in the last video that I shared where I played some music, I talked a lot about how I try to summarize my feelings and put it into the form of a song. And I do that because I find that I'm better able to communicate with people in that manner. Now, whether someone chooses to hear a song or to hear the words to it or not, of course, is up to those individuals. And at the same time, I'm going to challenge the viewer, that's you, and that's why I say welcome to this challenging channel, but I'm going to challenge the viewer, you, confirmation. I'm going to challenge the viewer to hear the words that are being said and to try and discern whether or not I am hostile or mentally imbalanced or condescending. Now, just because in my past there may have been a moderate amount of sarcasm that was laden with a little bit of anger and anxiety, that doesn't mean that I am being hostile towards you, the viewer, or the listener of the song. In a lot of cases, that just means that the energy was captured and repurposed in the best way that I was able to see fit. And so, as I slow the tempo down, as I slow down all of my actions to the point where I am not reactionary, where I am proactively going out of my way to take the steps, today it was 7,000 steps to get that 5K, to take the steps necessary to reclaim my own health so that I can better discuss these topics with other people whose health may be compromised. As I do this, the only thing that I'm really finding is that I keep distancing myself from those people who would not want to have a conversation about, let's call it faith-based topics. I have faith that when we see each other again, I will still be able to communicate with you as pleasantly as possible, and I'll do that using all of the information that I have, both from the past, the present, and in regard to what I can see in the future, as far as what we might need to do to accomplish our shared tasks. Some of us don't remember that we are here to help one another, and so we don't really focus on helping people with our shared tasks. Let's just say, for an example, you have someone in the group who's really good at troubleshooting things, And let's say you have a new piece of equipment, and let's go so far, let's scale it up. Let's say you've got a new car, and that new car is a hybrid, and it's doing something weird, like not starting. In those particular cases, some of us who know one another as troubleshooters or able to communicate the issue and replicate situations, in fact, those of us who have done that generally have been hired to be troubleshooters, like IT technicians, things like that. Maybe we've been known for being able to solder our own wiring for electronics, like let's say electric guitars or receivers. Some of us are known to have been able to wire the electronics into our car so that we have a new array of headlights, for an example, a new array of spotlights. I'm just giving examples. But let's say we have someone who's technically competent, who's proficient in all of these things and in being able to manifest a solution. If someone who does not have those same capabilities were to experience an outage, they might go so far as to call their favorite technician up to help with these circumstances. Now, they may also go out of their way to avoid discussing anything with these vital people in their own circles of life because they don't like those people. It's as simple as that. The fact that we don't ask one another for help usually comes from a place of fear, where we fear the implied criticism when we are talking with one another about strengths and shortcomings. So a shortcoming of mine is to be as physically proficient as someone else. Maybe in my genetics, it's not as easy for me to become as healthy as rapidly as someone else. And maybe it is possible, but I've been feeding myself the wrong nutrients all along. Maybe I have not been completely aware of that. I'm driving by a location, someone's got watermelons for $5 and it looks like oranges. The watermelons look pretty good. That's actually what I started the day with today. Some watermelon, some celery. It was a green drink with a lot of also fruit, not just vegetables. So today is one of the days where I'm re-establishing my plant-based journey so that I can pretty much achieve what I need to achieve, whether or not anyone else is going to follow along with that plan. Like, let's say you have any kind of pains that pain you regularly. Like, let's say, I don't know, some kind of nerve pain that runs from your leg, from your back to your leg. And these kind of things are commonplace when it comes to avoiding the ability to go plant-based for long enough to reset our own health. And so self-control plays highly into these equations of recovering our health. And I recognize that obviously I'm not the standard of self-control, because if you watch enough of these videos, you'll see that sometimes I have quite a bit of control maintaining my plant-based direction. I know it works. I can talk about it. I can talk about it from personal experience. And sometimes when I talk about it with some of you, I get the oddest responses. And the responses range from everything like, well, everyone is different, to the point that my words are just not resonating for whatever reason with the people who are already too hostile to even participate in a conversation fully. And so again, as I managed to put into words in the last video, some of us are not going to be pleased when we hear words like prayer, medication, meditation, or anything like self-control. And so we'll come up with excuses to say why we could not pay attention to whatever it is someone like myself was sharing with you. So anyway, here I am at the place where I need to be to ship out what I'm going to ship out. to continue my journey of trying to shed the excess in a productive way. So if you're on board with trying to learn how to do the same thing as I am, please hit the subscribe button, like the video, share it if it resonated with you. And for the person who's receiving the package that I'm about to ship out, congratulations. I hope you're having a great day. I hope everyone who's watching this video is having a great day. And I hope that you're taking the steps necessary to recover your own health. Until next time, peace, love, and all that old school stuff.